So sorry about that. I was just told that you couldn't hear me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean everything and then we'll start again. Okay. Um, so I'll erase everything. So with this one, let me just explain it quickly. Sorry about that. I didn't turn uh, mic on. My mic was off, so it's now on. So sorry about that. Okay, so mean basically is the average. Okay, mean is the same as average. So in some books they'll say average, find the average. Okay, and it has a symbol like this. Okay, so that when you see the symbol, it's basically mean. It's different from pi. We can just concentrate and then add or do our addition. This will give us 20 over 4. That should give us 5. Okay, so it means that our mean, our average number for these 4 numbers will be 5. Are we okay? So it's a simple we are going to use to answer the thing up there. Okay, good. So now to do so, let's go straight ahead. Sorry about that. Yeah, my mic was off, so I had to start a lesson again. So sorry about that. It shouldn't happen. I don't know what happened that it went off. So let's just move on. So in order to solve this, it basically means that we're going to use the same method we use for this particular one. So it means that 20 plus what? 55 plus 60 plus 25, okay, should be summed up, and that should give us 160 degrees. So now we'll come here and write our formula for finding what? The mean. We don't really need to write the formula, we can go straight for it. But the formula is sum of data over number of data. So I'm sure by now you're wondering, so how come we have sigma fx over sigma f? That is tailored to frequency table. So when you're doing frequency table, you should use that formula. But when you're doing something that has a data that is not in a table, then you need to do just this. Summing the data up and dividing by the number of data. The data that is given to. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 data that is given to us, it is 160 over 4, which will give us 40 years. Okay, so it means 40 years is actually the average age of these members of the social club. Are we okay with that? So let's quickly try. So try this. Find the mean of 14, 6, 18, 2, 10. Okay, please answer this in the comment section. Answer this in the comment section. Please, if you've not subscribed to the channel, if you are new and you've not subscribed to the channel, please do so. And then once you subscribe, a bell icon will appear. Click on that bell icon, and once you click on the bell icon, anytime I come live to teach, you get a notification. So with those one, you don't have to wait or send a text or try to find out if I'll be coming online, because you will. And then subscribe to the time that they are giving it to you. You will have to pay 20% of the 100 cedis added to the 100 cedis. That's the amount you're supposed to pay the bank back. Okay, then the time, which is the T, is equal to 2 years. Now let's carefully analyze the formula and how to identify the things. Remember, the principal is always the amount, okay? The initial amount that is stated. So a man deposited, so that's the initial amount. A man took a loan, that's the initial amount. A man invested, that's the initial amount. Okay, so the initial amount is always our principal. Okay, then our rate is always the figure that has the percentage by it. Remember, they are going to calculate the percentage of it. Okay, so if our rate is 20%, what is this 100 doing there? Remember, percentage basically anything over 100. So I can have 200%, which will mean that 200 over what? 100. Okay, so that's how I want to write the percentage by the R, because we are going to use it for calculations, and you can't use the symbol for calculations. You need to use the real meaning of the symbol. So that's why we have the 100 down there. Then the time. Now for establish that's 50,000. So now remember the money, sometimes when they are writing, they put this .00. The .00 should not be included in the calculation. Okay? Should not be included in the calculation. Are we okay? So once you just have to write this part, the .00. The .00 is just to make provision for pesos, or if you have any pesos attached to the CD amount, that's when you fix those pesos there. Okay, so we don't include that in our calculation. So times, we established that the rate is what? 20. We don't need to write the 20 with the percentage sign, because the 100 which is down here represents that percentage. Okay, so 20 times the time. Now the time is 2 years. The time is in years, so you don't have to divide it by the number of months, which is 12. Okay, if the time has been given in months, that's when you divide it by 12. Then it means that it will automatically change it to years, and then you use it in useful resources. We even have with answers, free past questions with answers that you can use to study. Okay, so let's look at this. Find the simple interest. I'm going to make it short, of an amount of Ghana cedi or cedi 600,000 deposited at the bank by a man at a rate of, let me make it 1 year 6 months for, sorry, at the rate of, the rate should come before the, at the rate of, let me clean that quickly, at a rate of 15%, then now the years can come, for 1 year 6 months. So let's copy this. I'm giving you 1 minute to copy this, and I said the answers can be seen. Try and fix the answers at the comment section if you want me to check it. Try and fix the answers at the comment section if you want me to check it. So let's copy this quickly, and then I would try as much as possible to check and give you feedback. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. When you look below the screen where the video is, you see a red button. If you are using a phone, it should be a red inscription that says subscribe. Once you click on it, you subscribe to my channel. Once you subscribe, the bell icon will appear. You click on that one also, so that anytime I come live, you don't have to wait on your friend to know if I'm coming live. You have to wait for me to send a flyer to tell you that we have a class today, tomorrow. Because once I come live, you get a notification, and then you can quickly join us. And then with that one too, you don't get late. Okay. So yeah, basically that is it. I hope by now you're done copying. If you're not done copying, after the class, it will still be on YouTube, so you can come back and then watch and then copy the question. But please, when you comment section, submit your answer. It is very, very, very important. And if you have any question, if you have any particular topic you want me to look at, if you have any particular past question you also want me to look at, please just type it at the comment section below. I told you guys that you should let me know your favorite color, so that I'll be using that often. Not just favorite in terms of beauty, but favorite in terms of visibility. Okay, so let's move on to our next question. Our next question has to do with number plane. Number plane. So a number plane, basically, I don't have the tools to draw it with you, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain the necessary things you need to know. Then when we are done, we'll look at the final product, which is this diagram. Okay, so the very first one, using a scale of 2 centimeters to 1. Let me explain that quickly. So using a scale of 2 centimeters to 1 unit on your graph, my line might not be that straight, please pardon me. On your graph, you have your y and then your x. Okay, please, the arrowheads are very, very important. Let me clean this and draw it again. It looks scary. Yeah, it looks scary anyway. So let me try as much as possible to draw how the ruler projects. Okay, it's here. So let me try and use the rule. I think that's better. Okay, sure. So basically, if you have this is your y and this is your x. Please, the arrowheads are very, very important. And then the good thing about number plane, which I advise students that anytime you have a number plane question in an exam, you should tackle it, is that this, just writing this x and y and bringing this arrowheads, you gain marks for it. This is y. Okay, so we'll go to the x, which is 2, and then the y positive, which is 3, and then we'll plot. Then we'll write the coordinates there. It's very important. Oftentimes, students just plot and they forget to write the coordinates down there. Okay, it is important to attach the coordinates of the points to the points you've actually plotted. Okay, so now let's look at b. B is negative 3. That's the x value. Okay, so b negative 3 and then what? 4. So this is the x value and this is the y value. So if that's the x negative, it means you are going to move to the side of the plane. So negative 3 and then the y is positive 4. So sorry, we have to fix it here. So that would be b to be negative and then 4. Okay, so having that, we'll go ahead and then they said draw a straight line. Let me see if I can draw this straight line. Okay, so this is that. Ensure extend your line throughout the graph so the graph ends. Don't just draw a point and then draw a line to just end at the point. Okay, we don't do, especially in construction and in graph work. You extend the line till you exhaust the whole page of the graph. Okay, so we have to extend our line, right? So this particular question, I give it to some group of students to solve, and their end of term exams, and most of them stopped here. They stopped at the point here and then they stopped here. Okay, but the question, when you read further, requires that you should know where the two lines meet, because you need to measure the angle between them. So if you don't extend it, you won't get the angle which is here, okay, to measure. So please try and extend. Always on your graph, you extend the line. Now, we've drawn the straight lines for both of them. They said using the graph in BA, so that's the graph, find the value of y when x is negative 2. Find the value of y when x is negative 2. So we are going to use this graph to find when x is negative 2, what will be the value of y? When x is negative 2, what will be the value of y? Okay, now remember the value of y, we are going to get two of them because we have two lines that are mirror lines. Okay, so the very first one, when x is negative, you can decide to go this way. So you do your dashes. It hits, once it hits the first line, okay, it means you're going to go this way. And when you measure correctly, y is going to be 3.8. It's not up to 4. Okay, and then we are going to go this way also, and then we are going to go this way because the lines are 2, so you have to do it for the two of them. Okay, y is going to be 3. Okay, so you just have to make a statement that when x equals negative 2, y equals negative 3, okay, and 3.8. The 3.8 is positive. Let's take note of that. Let me just highlight this ones so that we don't lose track of them. So this and then that. Are we okay? Then, so we've answered this. Now let's answer this one. Measure the angle between, yeah, I'm using the ruler. You are shocked that my line is straight. Yeah. So basically that is it. So we have 9 centimeters. All you need to do is to take your compass. Now the 9 centimeters, I don't advise students to just place the ruler on the paper and then measure 9 centimeters. Draw a long light line, take your compass, measure 9 centimeters on the ruler, and then you just stand at, give an allowance and stand at this point, okay, and then cut your 9 centimeters here, and then come and stand at that point and just affirm this. Then this will be a line BC. Remember, the very first line they give to you should be your baseline. Okay, sometimes they want to trick you, so they'll bring an angle first. Okay, but the very first line given to you should be your baseline. So this is our baseline, and then we have AC. So if you have BC here, it means A should be up here somewhere. We don't know. And remember, they've given us just lines. This is supposed to be centimeters. Okay, so please take note of that. Remember, they've given us just lines, no angles. So what do? We take our compass, we measure the AC, 8 centimeters. So we measure 8 centimeters. We know A is up here somewhere, but the C is here. We stand on C, and then we'll just cut the 8 centimeters up here. Then it will come to AB, 6 centimeters. So we'll take our compass, measure 6 centimeters, stand on B because we know A is up there. So we stand on B, and then we'll cut our 6 centimeters. They will meet. That's not any difficult question. And then the base angle of the triangle BYC. So as I said, the angle will be at what? Y. Okay. Location Y. So it means you put your protractor here. This is the baseline, so the protractor will be here. And then you measure it. Okay. I'll find a way to do a lesson on using protractors and compasses and all the instruments in the mathematical set and their uses. Okay. So doing that, we've done that. We've measured. Okay, you measure with the protractor. This is the angle they are saying you should measure. This is the desired angle. Let me use a different color to represent that. This is the desired angle they are saying you should measure for this particular question. Okay, so that's the desired angle they are saying you should measure. What type of triangle is this? So look at this closely. This one, different length. This one, different length. This one, different length. So what type of triangle do you think this would be? So you measure, when you measure this, and you realize that they are equal, then means what? Two sides will be equal for this particular triangle, and that will give you an isosceles triangle. But when you measure this one, which makes this side, and you measure this one, which makes this side of the triangle, and they are not equal, and then obviously this one is also not equal, then it will be a skinny triangle. But when you measure all the sides of the triangle and they are equal, it will be an equilateral triangle. Let's quickly go ahead and look at the real drawing. So this is the real drawing. Okay, this is the real drawing for the construction. Oh, it's pretty similar. That's nice. So this is the real drawing for the construction. I don't think you need to do this long thing, this arc. Okay, you don't really need to do it. So just halfway. If you want to do a neat work, you don't need to do your arc big like that. Okay, so you see with this one, you realize that this line is equal to this line. So it means two sides are equal, which is an isosceles triangle. So basically, yeah, that is it for today. But before we go, I want us to look at one last question, which is inequalities. So the questions we solved today are basically 2017 past questions. Okay, 2017 past questions. So please don't forget the trial questions that I gave. This trial question, please don't forget to submit it in the comment section. And then this trial question also, please don't forget to submit it in the comment section. Okay, so let's try our hands on the last question for today, which is linear inequalities. We have 3/4 into bracket x plus 1 and then 1/2 into bracket x minus 2 plus 5. Please, we're not going to solve this. I'm just going to leave it for you to solve and send the answers to me. I'll provide an email that you can email the answers to me on. So we have this also, 2p equals 1/8. Find the value of p. Then we have this. Okay. Let me see if I can add another one. Simplify 3q times 12pq. Are we okay? Yeah, I think that is the end. No, the last one, which is a fraction question. 7 over 1/2 times into bracket 1/4